Hey guys, Justin here. Quick note, I messed up the mic for one of the parts of this, so you're going to hear some really bad audio, but that should be fixed for next time. And then also make sure to sign up for my $200 free to enter Daytona Eliminator race, Saturday, May 28th. It's going to be at 6 p.m. Pacific or 9 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be for my 500, 600, and 700 sub celebration, so all rolled into one. It'll be a great time. I hope to see you guys out there.
So.
There it is.
14.589.
All right, let's take a look at that. So getting the run up here is going to be a little bit of time gain for you guys, maybe 3 or 4 hundredths when all is said and done. So you get the run up here and you get to kind of go early off the throttle like usual, and then you want your car to be pointed downward as you exit off the apex and make as straight a line as possible to the lap. And we'll see that it gains a little bit of time here. So I turn down late and get right on the gas, and it really straightens out my exit to do this. I'm just mega in the green, and you see I am 200ths up on my all-time best at this point. So if you're doing a regular line, this may be worth at least half of a tenth for you. Okay, so now entrance into one. There are multiple ways that you can approach this, but the way that I like to do it is to enter middle, and kind of let the car with a brake drag and 65% brake bias kind of drive down and make a late apex and kind of almost clip the apron here. So let's see. So I turn down and my car just drives down right to the yellow without hitting the apron, and it gives me a fairly straight exit that I'm able to carry a lot of speed off of. So that little bump slash hill is going to be very important to making this turn, because if you don't hit that bump, your car kind of just goes straight there. So you see at this point, right before I'm over the bump, I am already pointed towards the apex, and what this bump is going to do is it's going to curve me a little bit. So bump and bumps right onto the yellow, and I kind of stick on it for a second, and then right after I settle there, I get almost all the way on the throttle, modulate it a bit to make sure that I don't drive into the wall, and I keep my rears under me, and I gain a lot of speed there on exit. But right as you get into turn 3, one of the biggest things to do in turn 3 is to not overdrive the entry. So you see, I get on the gas, I get on the brake pretty early here, about at the meet center sign. And you can definitely drive deeper into this, but if you drive deeper and try to get the car to turn, then you're going to lose a lot of speed in the middle. So what we want to do instead is woe it down a little earlier and keep more of that momentum, and do another big arc all the way to the yellow. And now, right when we hit the yellow, if we gas it right about when we hit the yellow, so we went straight from a brake drag to a gas right when we hit the yellow. Now this doesn't look right. It looks like we're gonna go straight into the wall if I gas it up here. Well, if you get the car a little bit loose and you find the right gas point to do that, so for me it was about a third, your car will actually lose its rears to the point where you get rotation off the corner. So I bring it up to about 2/3, and I'm able to turn it off the corner without getting into the wall. And the lower that you can stay, the better. So I waited a little longer than you might initially think to pick up on this throttle. I drive it all the way to the L, and I'm past halfway in the corner at this point. I am not on the gas, and I believe we are almost at 2/3 of the way through the corner, maybe a little bit before that. But right when if I was able to get myself to the yellow on a late apex, then picking up the gas quickly will give me the turn via losing the rears a little bit to make the exit by mashing the throttle. And just keep it off the wall, make sure not to invalidate your lap, and you're able to run a pretty respectable lap time right there. Alright, I just did a race and I didn't record anything or save anything because my wheel came unbolted from my desk halfway through the race, the lap after I took the lead. And I wasn't very happy about it, so you guys aren't going to be seeing that. But that's okay. A couple notes that I have for the race that I'll put on the screen here with this footage is that you want to make sure to keep your tires as cool as possible throughout the run. Don't push your car extra and slide your tires because tire heat is more important than tire wear when it comes to these short tracks. You don't want to overheat your tires even once because it'll just screw you over for the rest of the race. I like to do this by taking a wider arc line instead of the dive bomb, really focusing on your right front and trying to drive it off the rear on exit. I just like keeping a smooth wide arc, and that should be good to maintain your spot in the race. Now, if somebody's attacking you, you might have to start taking that more defensive lower line because people can really dive bomb those wide arcs. And the last thing is just watch out, be mindful of other cars on the track. Keep your eyes peeled, especially if you hear your spotter, as far ahead as possible. It's okay if you have to completely stop for a wreck. That'll always be better than you just getting punted by something. So just keep in mind taking risk versus reward in those situations. If you want to be the guy that risks it all to full throttle it through a wreck, I wouldn't put it behind you. But if you want to manage your race and really come out with the most consistent results, really work on just the consistency of driving, and then just being really cautious when avoiding wrecks. All right, thanks for watching. Back to the normal schedule next week, and hopefully we have some more cool videos and events for you guys as we keep chugging along. All right, hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all on the track.